Hey party people, I'm Captain Zeus, and welcome back to BP Fun. In today's video, I will be doing a review for The Acolyte Episode 3. So, spoiler warning for those of you that have not seen it, I will be going into a bit of spoilers here. If you want to know what my thoughts were on episodes 1 and 2, check out the previous episodic review I did, already posted on the channel. Link should be somewhere on the screen. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content just like this, and click the bell to be notified if we ever post another review for this series. Now, I will start off by saying, wow, that was an episode. I honestly can't even describe. I literally just got done watching it, and excuse me for not remembering things correctly. It is like 5 in the morning here. I have yet to go to sleep, so I am pretty tired. I do apologize. This was the worst thing I probably could have expected from this show, and there was literally only 2 saving graces for the show. One was Soul. Soul is the only saving grace for this series, if I'm being honest. Fantastic actor, love his character. Everything about him is just great, really carrying my interest in this show. The other thing I will say that was the positive for the show is the kid actors. The girl actors that played Osha and May, they did a very good job with what they were given. I was honestly extremely impressed, especially compared to with how kid actors have been within the Star Wars universe, like in the Obi-Wan series. The actress that played Leia, granted that's probably just script, just did not come off good at all. I was really annoyed. Whereas with this one, I was less annoyed. I was actually kind of interested in their characters, interested in wanting to know more about, their interests and their, I suppose, futures of being a witch or not. I thought that was intriguing. They were done very well. Kudos to those actors. They did a great job. Now, honestly, other than that, I don't know what the frick I just watched. This was the gayest thing ever. I don't give a crap what you guys do behind closed doors. I'll be completely honest. That is none of my business. But I don't want to see this stuff pushed into my face and shoved down my throat in a universe that really has no business at being there. It really does not make sense. And this was done in the most nonchalant way possible. Like, yeah, you can have people in the background, be couples and all that stuff, whatever, I can ignore it. But this not only broke canon with the witch creating the twins in the Zabrak woman, which, by the way, is not canon. If you're saying, oh, Palpatine did that with Anakin, no, that's not canon. That was actually a nightmare Anakin had about that incident and was not actually true. And I believe the book that they wrote about that was before Disney bought Lucasfilm, and they deemed that not canon as well, if I remember correctly. Again, it's late, so forgive me, but nevertheless, it's not canon. The Force was the one that is responsible for Anakin, so no one can create a person through the Force. So the witches doing this makes absolutely no sense. Also, what doesn't make sense is how the frick are the 2 little girls carried by the Zabrak woman and have absolutely no Zabrak features. I am mind-boggled by that. They look like they're they look more black than anything, but it doesn't make sense because they weren't carried by the black woman. They were carried by the Zabrak woman, so they should be Zabrak majority. So that just doesn't make sense. This episode just didn't make sense. This came out of nowhere. Like, I get if we had to build up to learning what happened that long ago, right? And then we get the flashback episode. I get that, but there was like no build up whatsoever. We just kind of got the flashback episode out of nowhere, and it wasn't even that interesting. I was pretty annoyed with the story, the fact that we're just getting the gay stuff thrown in my face. I tried to ignore it, honestly. I tried to ignore it, but it was just so bad. And the witches were just super cringe, especially with the Ascension ceremony. I was literally cringing so bad with the Ascension ceremony. I was like, what the frick are you guys even doing? Like, I know Night Sister witches are on a whole different level, and they're cool, don't get me wrong, but what the frick is this? And then the way the writing was made the Jedi seem like stalkers, just looking to abduct kids, which, yeah, I know Jedi go and they get kids as they're young to go and train them. Still weird, by the way, but they made them seem super creepy in this one, and also kind of just useless or aggressive. Also, something else that didn't make sense was the Padawan here is the master that died in episode 2 by poisoning. I was assuming that they killed, I'm assuming the reason why he had this guilt about what happened was because of them having to kill some of the witches, right? I would have gotten that. That's something as a Padawan that can weigh you down, especially if you're not sure about what you're doing is right or wrong. All he did was get possessed by the lead witch, and that was it. And then he tested Osha and Mai. That was it. He had literally nothing to do with that incident. So him killing himself in episode 2 made literally no sense. There was no reason or no connection for him to have any guilt or him having any reason to feel bad about that incident to make him kill himself. Literally made no sense. Also, and I could be, again, wrong here. I feel like in episode 2, they said that he's been in meditation for 10 years when the incident took place 7 years ago. So is this not the same guy, or did I just hear the time wrong? Maybe is that the situation here? Can we just talk about the fact that my killing everyone really didn't make any sense? Like, yeah, we could tell she had a little bit of jealousy and anger issues, but her starting the fire to kill her sister and killing everyone made literally no sense. I'm actually confused as to how everyone died. Like, I didn't see the fire spread to the witches, and I didn't see any rubble by them either when they fell or like when they were on the ground. So I'm confused as to how they died. That also just didn't make any sense. And it just seemed so forced. It just seems like a forced event to happen to her or to happen to these girls. I don't know. This episode was garbage. Oh my gosh. I'm giving this episode like 2 out of 10, 2.5 out of 10. Because again, Soul was the saving grace. And the Mai and Osha actresses did a very good job in keeping me interested in their story, despite the crap writing. And I'm honestly bunking the show rating down to like a 2. I'm honestly bunking. I don't know if I'm going to continue watching at this point. Like, not only is it breaking canon and pushing agenda in my face, but it's just not interesting. It's not even freaking interesting. I was really hoping this episode was going to be different. I was hoping this episode was going to push my interest into the show more. But I mean, with all the marketing that the creators of the show and the actresses have been saying about how this is the gayest Star Wars show ever, I guess they're right. This is not it. This is not it. This is not my Star Wars, if I'm being honest. I'm actually disappointed watching this. Staying up this late watching it after a long day, wanting to get this review out for you guys, and that's the crap I had to get. It honestly is extremely disappointing, but you know what? We'll have to see if the rest of the series gets interesting and picks up. Also, the end credit scene made no sense. All you see is Mai go to the tree and just stand there. These end scenes for each episode is so freaking retarded. None of them, they're not only rushed, but they make almost no sense and have no connection to really anything. They're just there. I don't understand why. Like, I get if the end credit scene is interesting to tie into the next episode or foreshadow and tease something later on. We've had 3 end credit scenes at the end of the episode that have had no correlation to anything and have been rushed and just have been there, and just not make sense. Like, what is this teasing? Obviously, maybe it's something we'll find out in the latter 3 episodes. We'll have to see. But right now, I'm not only confused, but I am extremely uninterested. I don't know if I'm going to watch the 4th episode. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I don't know if I'm going to watch it. But please let me know in the comments below what you guys think about the Acolyte show, about this episode. Maybe my opinions are a hot take. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really holding back too much, especially because I'm just freaking tired. And man, just disappointing. Just disappointing. I'm surprised it got greenlit, but then again, Kathleen Kennedy. Anyways, like and subscribe for more content like this. I'm Captain Zeus, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.